All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 799. I'm your host, GPD, here in Long Island, New York, and as always, we're joined by a man who hopefully is having a nice summer. Well, that.
It's a summer.
What?
This is the podcasters for Kamala Zoom, right? Because that's the link I clicked.
Is that a thing?
You haven't seen all the Zooms for...
No.
Oh, they had one. It was like 400,000 white guys. That was like the whole shtick.
Oh, is that what white guys for... We shouldn't be talking about this, so people are just canceling their subscriptions right now.
Oh, whatever. They could eat me. It was a joke.
You guys call each other up to wear the pink shirts today or what?
Yes, we did. You didn't get the memo? I
didn't, obviously.
Clearly.
Right.
Wait a minute. I sent it in the group Slack chat.
I'm not in that. I don't have that. Wait a minute. Wait, first of all, we just learned something shocking right before we started recording the show.
That is true.
Shipwreck just revealed, I don't know how long this has been going on for, forever maybe, that he is listening to music in his headphones while he's doing the show.
Yeah, it's happened. I don't know.
How long has that been going on for?
What are we on, episode 799?
Yes, well, you weren't there for all of them.
No, so it's got to be at least the last 300 episodes or so.
That's crazy. I've never heard of anyone doing a show and listening to music while they're doing it separate from the other, whether it's separate from the, I mean, I understand if it's something playing in the background and everybody's listening to it, but even still, that would be annoying. But just one person listening to what are you listening to? What are you listening to right now?
Right now, it sounds like it's playing some Bowling for Soup. Yep, Bowling for Soup. Is playing.
Why?
In the
is the show too boring?
Is it the theme from Phineas and Ferb?
It's not the theme from Phineas and Ferb.
Is the show too boring if you don't have music playing? It's just like
now
you can't...
we know why I'm the one that yawns and he isn't. That's
correct. Correct.
No,
I feel yawn-indicated.
Like I like background music like constantly. Like
right.
I walk into my house and I immediately like either put on a record or like shout out to Alexa to play something.
Okay, that's
my daughter is like that. She can't do anything without music.
I mean, I like that too. I don't like to have like a quiet house when I'm home alone or something. But when you have a meeting at work, you're listening to music. I guess that makes even more sense. That makes more sense, I guess, because you have to. Get
not so much at my current job because I like.
They know what you're doing.
Work as well. My last job, I would always have music going in my headphones and everything.
I don't know.
If I'm concentrating on doing anything, like I generally have music going.
See, I love the silence when I'm the only one in the house. It's literally my favorite thing.
What about if you have a phone call with somebody, like a friend? Are you listening to music?
Does that happen? Do people
don't speak to people anymore? What are you, a psychopath?
Right.
I'm gonna call my friend on the telephone.
One of my friends called me the other day, and he's notorious for getting way drunk and calling people at 3 a.m. and waking them up, and then you can't get off the phone with him. But this was at 8 o'clock at night, and it was an hour. I think he was pretty drunk. I don't know what he was on, but it was an hour phone call. And I had to explain why Elon is an asshole and things like that to somebody who's, I don't know, not sober, 100% sober. It was a good time. Anyway, so how's your summer going, Wamba? What are you doing?
I don't do anything. It's, I have to go to work every day.
Any trips planned?
I don't know. No, we may go away in October. That's probably it for me. And I mean, Elliot's gone all summer because he has his travel camp. And Sabrina is working at camp. So she's gone all day. She's gone from 8 in the morning to 4:30 in the afternoon.
Right. Oh my God. You're getting in so many wanks during the day.
So it's just me in the house.
Undiscovered country.
So it's just me all day alone in the house working. So that's basically it. My wife is working. That's it. That wouldn't even take up a whole day. What do you think I am? Some sort of powerhouse where it's and I'm jerking off for 8 hours a day.
Obviously I'm not, I'm thinking 2 to 3. Or 1 to 3. 1 to 3 is what I'm thinking.
3 hours a day. Yeah. 3 hours a day.
I'm just saying, when the house is normally full of activity and the stars and planets align and the house is now quiet for a long period of time, certain work has to be done. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, not really.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
Oh,
I'm like,
okay.
no, that's not what's happening. It's just.
Is it the Ozempic?
I don't take Ozempic.
I know. I just forgot the one that you take.
No,
dick card. Is that the one you take?
Mm-hmm. But
what about you, Shib? What are you up to?
Sorry, I'm boring.
I'm sorry.
What do you want from me? I'm going to Orange Theory a couple of days a week.
That's good. That we like to hear. Ship's drinking beer and listening to music. How's it going over there?
It's going well. I recently got all of my music into Discogs, so
it's cataloged.
It's cataloged now, so that it's a big summer achievement there.
What can you do with that once it's cataloged?
I cannot buy the same records.
That's the point. Okay.
Again, yeah.
It's not like you push a button and then you're listening to that song. Or
you can actually. It like links to like your it links to my Apple Music. I think it links to whatever you've specified as your music service. And so if it can find it, then you can just play it directly from Discogs or whatever. But it's mainly so that like I pick up an album and go, I like this album. And go like, oh, I already have 2 copies of this at home.
Why do you have 2? So you beat juggling over there?
Yes. No, it's because I didn't realize I didn't have them all in there to begin with. So then I bought 2 copies, or I don't know, I have an old copy and then they remastered it and put it out on 180 gram vinyl.
They're not exactly the same.
Yeah, I don't know. They're not. Some of them there are exactly the same. But yeah. I have a lot of copies of Abbey Road by the Beatles because every time I see one, I'm going like, Abbey Road by the Beatles. I'll pick this up.
Great album.
Yeah, great album. No, we
you have the version that came with the T-shirt because I have that one. I have the one that came with the T-shirt.
I do not have. I bought I have the same version, but it did not come with the T-shirt.
Oh yeah, ours came with the T-shirt. It was a medium though, so my daughter got the T-shirt.
Got it. Yeah, we hung out at the cabin all last week. So,
nice.
Yep, did some pontoon boat piloting, some fishing.
Okay. Do you have your own pontoon boat, or do you have to?
I do not have my own pontoon boat. I rent one of those.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't have enough like.
The deflation on those is horrible.
Yeah, like I'm really not looking for like.
There's work involved. It's
you got to keep the upkeep. You got to store it somewhere. You got to have a trailer to get it to the water.
I mean, you never know when like something crazy like a septic tank truck will break down in your driveway, and you wouldn't even have room to keep the boat there.
That happened. Yeah. I got so. Are you guys on septic?
I am.
I am not.
Okay. All right. So I'm not here at my primary residence here, but
at Earth 1 shipwreck.
Yeah. But so like I don't know anything about septic systems, right? Like it's just like our aerator. We could tell our aerator broken down just because it wasn't running, right? And
I don't even know what that is.
That like it's what stirs the shit so that it doesn't like get all kinds of bacteria and stuff in it.
Gross.
So
go on.
So ours had broken down, which with the amount of times we like use it, it's not that big of a deal, right?
When you say big of a deal, you mean big of a smell?
There's not really, there's like caps on the stuff and everything. Okay. So it's not really a big smell until they open it up, and then it's a little bit of a smell.
Is that how you know it was broken? Because there was a smell?
No, it's just, we could tell it wasn't running anymore.
Okay.
Right? Like you could just, you weren't hearing it. So they like pulled it out and like, it basically looks like a long, like kind of like drill, right? Just picture this big long drill, a duty drill. Exactly. And they pulled it out and it was all locked up and it had like all kinds of like baby wipes and all this stuff.
Can't do that.
Like, I didn't do that. It was the previous owners that did that. So it had all this stuff that was just like wrapped around the axle basically that had caused this thing to like seize up. So they get all that out. So that's fine.
Okay.
They set it off to the side and they're like, oh, let's pop the top on the on the canister here, like
on your duty holder.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And so they popped that and went, "Oh, this is pretty full. Yeah, we should get to
We should take your duty with
pump
us
this
when
out."
we
I'm like,
leave.
"Yeah, you're here for a reason. Please pump this out."
Yeah.
Well, your family seems to really love corn. Mm.
We have to do that every about 2.5, 3 years.
Okay. So it had been around that time for at least since we had bought the cabin, right? So I don't know when it had been emptied last. So they go to like get all the hosing equipment out, and they're like, "Oh, we'll quote you on a new aerator." And I'm like, "Yeah, whatever. Like, just
take my shit
take
and
care
get
of
out
it.
of here.
Yeah, just take care of it." And then their truck wouldn't start, and so they couldn't pump anything.
Okay.
And they stood out there like for like 5 or 6 hours just
Awesome.
trying to like work on this truck and get it going.
Their duty
and
truck.
then-
Their truck full of shit.
Right, just like sitting out in front in the driveway.
Delicious.
Yeah. And so then they're like, at the end of the day, it's like 9:00 at night at this point.
Mm.
And they're like, "Can we just leave this here and come back?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, I don't really
You
have
have
a
no
lot of
choice.
options."
Yeah. No. Start pushing.
So they finally came back, like, I don't know, like 3:00 the next day, like just like radio silence. And they come back and they brought like a whole bunch of like different starters because they weren't sure what it needed.
Right.
And so clearly they weren't full-time mechanics, but they were wanting to fix it.
Right.
So it took them another like 6 hours to get this thing fixed.
Oh my God.
They got it pumped. All was well. But yeah, I don't know.
Did you charge them a
Like,
parking fee?
I
Get
I
a
should've.
discount on
Did you
that
give
shit
them the
suck?
bill? Yeah, there's
Yeah.
you know
yeah,
We-
but it's quite the
$20
experience
an
to
hour for
have like
parking.
to pop the top on that thing and look down, and then like he's like,
Oh, you looked
He's like-
in?
yeah, I looked in because
Oh.
he was like sticking like a big stick down in there.
You go
And he's
inside
like-
when they do that.
Well, he was like
I wanna look
anxious to show me I
into,
was being a
yeah.
nice
No.
like person.
No.
'Cause he-
That's like watching your
He
wife
was really
give birth.
trying to like. He really like felt like he didn't want to rip me off, right? Like he's like,
Oh,
let's really like stick this stick down in there and see just what you got. Like, and so
that's
it's
why
like,
we pay you the money, sir. You see what we got. I'll be watching the basketball game inside.
So he keeps dipping it in, right? Just dipping it in and go like, yeah, I can really feel like solid here. Do you want to like feel?
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
can really
"No, I trust-
what I
I
feel.
trust you."
Oh.
Yeah.
He's digging
There
around
are
there.
many over-the-counter probiotics that can help you with this situation, sir.
He's feeling around in there. He goes, I can feel all my bad life decisions that I made in here while I'm doing this. Oh, that's so good. Yeah. When they take my shit, I just tell them to come back and ring the doorbell if they need anything.
I just have a pipe that goes to this.
Yeah, I want that, but I don't have that option. Everybody wants the sewer. Across the street, they have the sewer. I'm just out of luck by not that far.
Sewer. I barely know her.
Oh, that was so gross. So, Ship, you should use. Did they tell you to use Scott toilet paper?
That's what they told me when they last cleaned my stuff, my pipes out.
Oh, but it's the best for septic. I talked to a septic tank. My shit guy. My
Uh-huh.
shit guy says only use the Scott paper towel. Toilet paper.
The one ply.
Yeah, the bare bones, the one that just
the
says
one ply
Scott.
sandpaper for your ass, Scott paper.
Well,
Which I brought that up to my family, and they were like, "Yeah, that's okay." But no.
Right.
Wait, why are you bringing your family toilet? Oh, your family in your house. They passed
My
on your
family
toilet paper.
also uses toilet paper.
Oh, I see. So
And
that's
you
not
see-
your toilet paper. Don't know when Daddy has to take a shit, he'll use the.
No, I
oh.
just don't.
It's
I
in the
should
back.
just buy it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's what we use. But we have the ass washing toilet. So the toilet paper is just to dry off, really.
For show.
Well, to dry off, and for Ty, who doesn't have an ass wash in his bathroom, because you don't want to spoil the kid.
Yeah, he didn't give me any tips on toilet paper. But
Oh, okay.
That's because they want to come back. And
I'm fine with them coming back. I have
Oh, he
no
has
problems.
to come back to suck
Like,
out your shit every few
please
years.
come back and get this. I don't want this.
Right. Yeah. I'm always glad when they take my shit away. I'm so glad when
I
that
know
truck
it feels
leaves.
good, right? Like you're
Right.
like, I accomplished something today. I paid someone to
They
come
took
take
our
my
shit away. We have so much
Right.
less shit on our property right now. But when
Correct.
the truck breaks down in your driveway, that's the one of the worst possible scenarios in that situation because now there's more. There's more shit. They've literally just brought shit to
You've
you.
doubled your shit.
Right.
That's all right.
Property.
My kids were climbing all over the truck. It was like
Right.
playground equipment. So
Right.
it was a good time.
Licking the
Good
nozzle, the hose. hoses and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Just
All right, let's all vomit.
Yeah. What's new with you, Mr. Cheapy?
Oh, I don't even want to tell this story because it's too depressing.
I don't want
now.
you to tell the story. I know people are going to be like, "Oh,
It's
like,
after
don't tell me."
shipwreck. I'm all grossed out from shipwreck's shit story.
Are you
so let's
watching the Olympics?
Yes, I watched. I actually, dude, they fucking got me to sign up for Peacock.
Yep.
They did
It's
it.
good though. For the Olympics, it's good.
Yeah, it's actually not good. It's
Why?
the bare bones service offering.
Are you not watching the Gold Zone?
I'm not watching the Gold Zone. I'm watching. You know what I'm watching? What do you think I'm fucking watching? I'm watching the table tennis. So
Oh,
when
you're not watching women's rugby? Because I watch that.
No, I watched the little girls.
As you
TikTok
said, I
account.
have that time in my house by myself.
That's how you get off watching women beat each other.
It's rugby.
Really broad-shouldered women.
Hey, I don't make fun of what you like.
I don't jack off to ping pong. I can say that. I don't know about the other sports because I've only watched the ping pong, but are they showing when there's multiple games going on in that sport? Are they doing it in a Zoom call format where there's side by side?
There's occasionally there's occasionally different events that I've seen in that way, but not
Okay. If there's 2 table tennis matches going on at the same time, or 4, they just put them in a box. So I've seen up to 4 at the same time with the audio of one, and it's not an ideal way to watch.
You can't just select one of the 4.
No, that's why it sucks. That's why
it's still
it sucks.
a lot better than it used to be.
And the production is also shitty. They didn't mic the tables. They just the play-by-play guy's volume was at a 10,
It's
and the
almost
game.
like the table tennis isn't the premier sport of the Olympics. It's almost like the fact that they're showing it at all is kind of crazy.
I'm just saying that the previous Olympics production was much better. That's all I'm saying.
You did say you were watching some of the 3-on-3 men's basketball.
I did watch the end of Poland versus USA. And I was very confused about why that was a thing. 3-on-3 basketball.
Because there needs to be another form of basketball that the USA isn't a lock to win to make basketball
okay.
in the Olympics.
Now, if we just had our best guys playing the 3-on-3, could we win that too? Because I noticed.
Yes.
Okay.
Most definitely, yes.
I would think. Because I noticed that the guys that we had on Team USA playing 3-on-3, they looked like me. And I don't just mean my skin color.
So,
I mean they look old.
They are.
Yes.
They are old. So I do not understand the criteria for how we selected that team. I know you had to accrue points over playing in different 3-on-3 tournaments throughout the year, I think, to qualify. But yeah, one of the players, you're not going to know who this is, but it's Jimmer Fredette. Wombat might know who that is.
I do.
Yeah,
he got hurt. I saw him. He got hurt in the game, and they lost. And they lost to Poland. Yeah.
So Jimmer Fredette was he played for BYU back.
Yeah.
He was the college basketball white guy.
Yes, he had a whole song. Teach me how to Jimmer.
Oh,
it was a whole song about him. And he he had a jumper. He shot deep shots. He was kind of like the White Curry of that time.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he pulled his groin with a minute left in the game.
He's 35 years old.
Oh, he was watching women's rugby?
Right. He's 35 years old, and he played a little bit of the NBA. He had a little bit of NBA career, but I don't know, it's odd. And then the women's, I watched a little bit of the women's, and some of them are still in college, playing in this.
Right.
And so I do not understand. Yes.
Well, we're out. So.
Well, next time we won't be. Now that we know this is a thing.
Oh, we didn't know it was a thing. These guys.
I don't think we
just
knew
pulled
it was
these
a
guys
thing.
in after we got there. We called them up hey, what are you doing, Jimmer?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're
Pretty
recording
much.
another rap? Well, how about
he
you
didn't
come
record it? Somebody else.
Oh, okay.
Somebody else made a song. I'm going to listen to the Jimmer song.
Yeah, you
now.
should play that in the background.
Please
Yeah.
don't. Yeah, I've been
The
like
Feel
watching it.
Good Music Coalition was who made it.
I did watch the pommel horse guy though. That was pretty impressive. Did you
It
see that
was.
guy?
It
So
was,
his
it was
abs.
fun.
That was cool. I enjoyed that.
Right. Well,
When is diving? When did they do diving? Has that happened? Did I miss that?
That's happening. The synchronized diving has been happening.
That I knew. Yeah, we won. Didn't we win gold for that? The
we
women?
won a medal. Don't go
Right.
too far with this.
Right.
I'm sorry. I just know that we won a medal for women synchronized diving.
I'm pretty sure the Chinese win all of the synchronized diving medals.
Diving is cool.
Gold medals.
Because you never know when someone's going to pull out a triple Lindy. No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
I know
I know
another
triple
reference.
Lindy. There's a weed strain called Triple Lindy, like award-winning out of California.
Wouldn't surprise me. It's a fun term and a
fun.
cute reference.
The men's USA table tennis player actually got farther. He got to the round of 16. He lost today. Konik Ja.
Okay.
But that's the farthest any men's player's ever gotten in the Olympic table tennis.
US
individuals.
man.
US, yeah. So that was
I'm sure there's a man that'll win.
Yes, and he will be Chinese. Most actually, maybe not, because the best Chinese player got knocked out. And they did have to change the rules though to make sure that the Chinese players don't win all the medals in table tennis.
They're offhand.
No, the way they set up the events that they could only win 2 gold medals, basically. I don't know.
They did that in a lot of events now, to where you can only have 2 competitors in it, so you don't go 1, 2, 3.
Right.
Yeah.
I think and it's probably because of China also, because they keep winning.
It's the same thing with like women's gymnastics, right? Like the US, like the third person will have like the third highest score out of anybody, and they're like, well, I guess I don't get to compete.
Right.
Because there's only 2 of us. I'm like the third best in the world at this.
Yep. But we don't want one country to win all the medals.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. So yeah, USA's out of table tennis. We lost everything.
You can cancel that Peacock subscription.
No, there's still going to be some good table tennis.
Some movies to watch.
Maybe not.
I can't think of one off the top of my head, but I'm sure there's
Let me know.
Movies. Yeah.
Should we remind everybody about Long Island Retro? Because we're going to be doing our 800th episode there.
Very exciting.
On Sunday, the what? What is that? Like the 11th or something?
It's not this Sunday. It's the Sunday after.
It's the 11th. It's the 11th.
There you go.
So go to liretro.com.
Yeah. Buy a ticket today so you don't have to wait online. You can just walk right in and sit down.
We got prizes to give away. Look at all these fabulous prizes. I'm holding up the list.
I'm going to be dressed in cosplay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Is the sweatshirt that says cosplay on it?
It's a shirt. No, I have to get just talking about it right before the show that we got to order all our stuff from Amazon. So it's here in time.
He's doing Metal Gear Solid cosplay. Remember when Palmer Luckey wore what was that Hush? What was the woman's name? I forgot. In the stocking,
no
the ripped
idea.
stockings.
Quiet,
something.
I think her name was Quiet.
Some ridiculous outfit.
Yeah, something like that.
You should cosplay as Palmer Luckey cosplaying as Quiet.
I already have a costume in mind.
It's not as good as that, though.
I know, but I promised my daughter we'd wear our costumes together.
Not going to win.
Win what?
I don't know. It's valuable prizes.
Yeah. I don't think that's how
Palmer Luckey's admiration.
We aged out of the child's cosplay competition.
Oh, so now you're just going to team up in the adults category?
I think we're just teaming up because we think it'll be fun.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I'm not going to be wearing
Maybe someone will want to take pictures with us because of our costumes.
Or maybe just because you're you.
That's true too.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So maybe we'll see you guys in August.
Mm-hmm.
Should we do Watch This Jerks? There's a lot of shit on this fucking list.
I know there was part of me that's like, should I save some of this for the big show?
No, you'll watch other stuff between now.
I hope so. Well, the last time we had
faith in you.
Wait, let's talk about the big news first from the nerds.
Okay, so
Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom.
Yes, Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom.
He needed more. He needed like so many more houses.
Did you hear how much money they're giving him? Like everything.
Like 100 million.
It's got
more.
It's not even that. It's like some of the demands. Like he gets his own airplane.
And he gets to
He
keep it
gets
after.
he gets a trailer compound on set, not just a trailer, but like a whole set of trailers for him and like his
family
team.
and stuff.
Yeah. So it's crazy.
Good for him, but it seems
Yeah.
pretty lazy. But
They
maybe
also
they're gonna
brought back
make
the
it.
Russo brothers, the directors of the last 2 Avengers movies.
Do people do you really think like that's what put asses in seats? Robert Downey Jr.
I think
Maybe?
I don't think it hurts.
He doesn't not put asses in seats.
Exactly. It doesn't not put asses in seats. Yes, I know he's making all the money in the world, but for all intents and purposes, he seems to have always enjoyed being in those movies. And I think his positivity and the involvement has always added to the experience in a way. Like, he always enjoyed being Iron Man.
He's probably not going to do something that sucks, is what you're saying, probably. Too.
I don't
Like
think he wants to do something that sucks. As much as he's doing this for the money, I still don't think he wants it to be bad. Does that make sense?
Right.
I think that makes sense somewhere.
Remember when Howard
Also-
Stern like did a prank and like tried to pretend that he was going to be Dr. Doom? He like had
That's
like a
funny.
fake leak. Excuse me.
Yeah. I just what I'm curious to see is it going to, is how they pull it off. Is it going to be Robert Downey Jr. like in prosthetics the whole time and the mask? Like,
That'd be
because he's
better.
done
Well,
that before.
People want to.
He's done that. He's done movies in prosthetics.
I don't think you pay him this money and then
That's
keep
what
him
I'm
behind
saying,
the
like-
mask the entire time.
Or is it that it's like, is it going to be a Tony Stark
Yes.
Doctor Doom, which has been a
It is.
thing before?
Yeah.
Is it
It's
just a
definitely gonna be
variant
that,
of Tony
right?
Stark that's also Doctor Doom? Does that mean that there's another Doctor Doom that's the real Doctor Doom? Like, is this
Sure.
just a
It's Howard
smokescreen?
Stern. Oh, it could be Howard Stern.
Could be Howard Stern. I'm not saying, is Robert Downey Jr. going to be Doctor Doom? Yes. But John Krasinski was also Mr. Fantastic.
I think he's going to be Dr. Doom. He's going to be the person who wipes out all the Kangs because he's Tony Stark. And
Tony Smark?
Tony Smark, that's who he is in the variant form. Tony Smark in the alternate universe has figured out the Kang whole plot and the way to defeat them because he's Tony Smark and he's super smart.
Is it water?
And then
Is the answer water?
the
is that
answer
their
is
weakness?
water.
Yeah.
The weakness is water.
Okay.
And then he's also the solution to the general public having no idea who Kang is, but knowing cursory who Dr. Doom is,
Sure.
and that he's cool.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Like that's what this is solving as well, is the general public does not know who Kang is, as
That
well as the whole like problems with the actor.
Fair.
But
Dr. Doom
It-
hasn't been very active either in the last.
no, but
I think people know who Doctor
He's
They
a-
know who he
he's-
is, but they don't know much
Right.
about him, probably.
correct. You don't have to
And
know
they
much
don't
about
need
him. You
to.
just know
You don't
like
need to.
he's cool looking. He's got Boba Fett effect.
100%.
Is what Dr. Doom has.
Right.
Like
I think Boba Fett has Doctor Doom effect because Doctor Doom came first.
sure, but it's the same type of thing. Like you don't have
Got
to
it.
know a bunch of like his name
Cool
is Dr.
costume goes a
Doom.
really long way.
Right. His name is Dr. Doom. He's got the Cobra Commander this like outfit on. Like
Right.
Mhm.
it's
Yep.
It's fine.
He's Iron Man. He's basically Iron Man and Doctor Strange combined into one character as a bad guy. That's what Doctor Doom is. In a sentence.
right.
So, I
what
mean,
they
there's a
have
lot
to-
of meat there.
So make this interesting though, they do have to like I don't know, like make it so it's not Mysterio again, right? Like oh, is he a good guy, bad guy type?
No, they're not going to do
Thing,
that. It's
and
going to
then-
be he's a bad guy. He's going to do. I think they're going to do full Secret Wars, and he's going to collapse the multiverse into one verse.
Yeah, I think that's what he's gonna do too.
that's the end game.
Because that's the
this.
interesting thing. But then
Yeah.
if everybody knows that this is the path that's going on, they better make it good.
I hate multiverses, so I'm excited for it to be gone.
Is that what the story behind Secret Wars was? They were ending the multiverse? The original Secret Wars?
The Secret. There's more than one Secret Wars. The
Oh,
one from
okay.
the 80s is a different thing
Yeah, right,
altogether.
right. That's
You're
the only
thinking of the
one I
one from
know.
the That's the Beyonder brought superheroes together to fight each other
That
so they
was
could
good.
sell toys.
They should do
Yeah.
that. I like that.
hmm
I like when they fight and
Mhm.
there's a lot of them.
Yes.
Mhm.
Although the most powerful character in that was Molecule Man, and the most powerful character in Secret Wars was also Molecule Man. Secretly, Molecule Man. He's the key to all of it. That's though I always felt was the more interesting character, and I'm very interested to see who they get to play Molecule Man.
All right.
But that's me. That's me being a nerd.
Well, they're out of actors, so you got to start.
I mean, it could be
recycling
me.
them, right?
I would do it.
You. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What movies are we watching?
Who's going first? Me?
Might as well.
I saw the Deadpool Wolverine movie in the theaters. It's got Wolverine and Deadpool in it.
I want to see this.
It's very good.
Very good.
It's very good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an enjoyable romp through space and time.
Dick jokes and fart jokes.
Dick jokes, fart jokes, graphic violence, F-bombs.
It's not R,
all
is
the
it?
cameos. Lots. Yes, it is a
It is
R-rated
R.
movie.
Definitely R.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, we enjoyed it. We went as a father and children outing. My wife had no interest in seeing this movie.
Oh.
But it was still a
She
good
could have
time.
got the popcorn, though. While you guys
But
sit
I
there.
did. We went when we got there. I did ask because I was requested. Yeah, like you gotta at least ask. I'm like, fine. Do you have the popcorn bucket? And they were like, sorry, it's sold out.
Oh,
I'm
there
like,
was a
all
bucket.
right, shucks. Yeah.
Was it Wolverine? I mean, Deadpool's butt or something?
No, it's Wolverine's mouth open like this.
That's weird.
No, it's supposed to be. Never mind. But I took the kids. We had a good time. They loved it. They loved every second of that
Okay.
movie. Yeah. My son thinks it's the best movie that's ever been made.
Nice.
And yeah, and they were like, "Oh my god!" The whole time, my daughter was like jumping in her seat with like every moment of like,
Wow. Fun for the
Yeah,
guys and
and
the
all the-
gals.
yeah. And it was, I mean, it was really good to see it, and it's worth seeing in a theater because there's lots of gaspy moments, especially if nothing's been spoiled for you, which I think might be too late at this point. But I don't know
anything. I don't know anything.
Nothing's been spoiled for me, so keep it that way.
Yes.
I like
the
to watch
best-
these in the
best
cheap
part-
theater.
The best part of the movie
Stop it.
Uh-huh.
was when the Enterprise, that Captain Kirk and the Enterprise.
Yeah, and
is
he
in
said,
it,
everyone remember where we park.
Yeah.
And-
And there's whales.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And then he gave the Vulcan death grip to the guy on the bus because he wouldn't shut the radio off. So
you
funny.
have seen it.
All right, what else are we watching here?
I saw the other Ryan Reynolds movie, If
I
Imaginary
thought
Friends.
about watching that. How is it?
It's something like it really tries to like one up Disney in that it's got the whole like parent dies of cancer thing
I hate it.
to start off the meeting, but what if the other parent, like maybe like 5 years later or so, also in the hospital with the
Nice. Perfect.
potentially terminal illness.
Right.
Um,
So you could be sad twice.
correct. And it needs more jokes. Like the whole thing is just like
Mm.
heartwarming the entire time.
Okay.
And I don't know the girl's name, the actress, but she does a really good job. Like in it, Ryan Reynolds is good in it. It's very much like Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends without the jokes.
Right. So sad. A lot of sad.
Not all sad, but just like trying to like say like, hey, this is really important. Like it's trying to like play on your feelings like the whole time. Like,
Sure.
do you want to like a real like coming of age story type of thing? And like both my kids liked it well enough, but they
Right.
only remember the jokes for the most part. Right?
Right.
Like
So it didn't really register.
not entirely.
And there weren't enough jokes. So it's probably like kind of a bummer then.
Yeah, like it needed more jokes.
I saw a movie that's sort of similar in that it was bittersweet and sad, but had a lot of jokes, and it was really funny. And that's Thelma, which is about do you know about this movie?
That's the June Squibb movie.
Richard Roundtree's last movie, who was Shaft. The plot is that this June Squibb's character is like a 93-year-old grandmother, and she gets taken in on a phone scam and loses a lot of money, and she's on like a mission to get her money back, by herself, basically, as an old woman. And it's very sweet and very funny.
Oh, dog's coming through.
Uh-oh, what the hell? Dog.
I don't know. It's very loud in my house tonight. I'm trying to figure that out too, but I think the dogs are going outside.
Is the dog making a duty? Anyway, the movie's really good. I'd recommend Thelma. I even spent $10 to rent it, but it was worth it.
Cool.
And it was Shaft's last movie.
I think that's on one of the streaming services. I forget which one.
Oh, really? Because I paid for it.
No.
I didn't really look. I just saw, oh, shit. Anyway, it was good. It was worth it. I was happy to give the guy $10. Like, I'm pretty much was laughing or crying during every part of the movie.
I heard it was very good.
It was good. And it's only like an hour and 40 minutes.
Even better.
Perfect. So, yeah, I highly recommend Thelma. What else are we watching?
I watched Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. That is the most recent Ghostbusters movie.
Mm-hmm.
And here's my thoughts. I liked it, which I was surprised by. I was expecting to not like it.
You watched the first one that they did?
Yes, I watched Ghostbusters
like
Afterlife. I did not like that.
Okay, but it's the same people, right?
So same cast, same everything.
I need to watch that one to watch this one?
No.
Okay.
You can catch up on the Ghostbusters.
You'll pick up on like, they seem very familiar with that person. He must have been in the last movie. Right. That's basically all you would need to like, okay, this person they don't seem to know very well. He wasn't in the last movie.
Got it.
That would be the only reason to watch the last movie. And then I guess you need to know that Winston is very wealthy and funds everything.
Just like in the video game, I think he was the same thing.
Yeah. So there you go. So you already knew that. This is what I will say about this movie that I think is very interesting. It's not great, but I did enjoy it.
Shocking.
But I also think that it's a product of the time, and that if this movie exactly as is with a couple of tweaks came out, if this was like Ghostbusters 3 instead of Ghostbusters 6,
okay,
it would have been huge.
Is there 6?
Yeah, 6.
Were there two with the women?
Oh no, that's right. Ghostbusters 5. Okay, you're right. Yeah. So if this was Ghostbusters, the air purifier just went on. I'm like, what is that noise now? If it's set to auto, if this movie had come out sooner, like this style of movie, this sort of Ghostbusters movie, I don't want to give too much away, but again, it takes place in New York. It's got a very centralized plot. It makes sense. It utilizes the old characters in a good way. It utilizes new characters in a good way.
Does Bill Murray try in it?
Huh?
Does Bill Murray try?
I mean, he tries as much as Bill Murray can, but again, if this was a Bill Murray if this was 3 Ghostbusters ago,
okay,
then maybe his attitude would have been different. You know what I mean? This is the right Ghostbusters movie, but it's 3 movies too late.
Right.
And I think that kind of hurts the movie a little bit.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out.
I don't know.
I think it's worth your time.
I feel like we haven't watched in this household the first Ghostbusters yet.
Okay.
You should do that. You need to see the first
tense.
Ghostbusters.
Blowjob scene. Like that's the
what blowjob scene? No, the ghost.
The ghost blowjob.
Oh, it's not even. Have you looked at that? There's no blowjob really.
I looked at it.
You just see him unbuckle the pants. There's no blowjob. It just unbuckles the pants and then
his eyes roll back in his head and yeah.
But you don't see the head go down to the groin, really, do you?
No, because it's a ghost.
But you just see the pants open. That's all.
I know.
You think that's too much? The pants opening?
I don't know. It'll be it's uncomfortable.
Well, the life is uncomfortable. What about just during that scene, you say, "Oh, I'm going to go get some water,"
right?
And then you
that's the thing of
and then you trip, and everybody looks, and it's over like that, and they won't even know.
Or I just go in and edit that out.
I mean, it's a pretty short scene, and it's pretty much telegraphed because it's so separated from the rest of the movie. You can hide it. You can hide it.
I know. Yeah, I know. Like, hey, kids, look over there.
Mhm.
But
Then again, I also, I saw that movie in the theaters, and I don't think I knew what was going on in
Right.
that
And you don't even
scene
think
when I
about it,
saw
right?
Yeah.
You didn't
And I
think
was,
about it.
let's see, how old was I? That movie came out in, what, 84? I was 7.
And he's still sexually repressed to this day because of that, actually.
Mm-hmm.
right.
That's why he's not jacking off when everybody's out.
But
I think that's
that
not a
scene
big
is
deal.
literally the only reason like we haven't like
I think you
embarked
could get away
on
with
the ghost.
it.
Oh, I
guess
know,
it
I can, but
it's also probably less. It's less pronounced than you probably
Definitely.
remember.
it's the only
100%.
scene I remember.
It's-
That's the whole plot of Ghostbusters.
It's because it is very implied.
It is.
They don't really
totally.
It's very implied. You just see the ghost. You see Ray
Pants
in bed.
unbuckle.
Ray, pants unbuckle.
The
That's
belt.
it.
The belt gets unbuckled.
The belt,
and then his eyes go crossed. And
right, his eyes go crossed, and he
Right.
like sits up or whatever.
Tell the kids the ghosts want to check out his underwear or something, and it's
Right, they gave him a
like,
wedgie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, wedgie. That's
And
what I call it too.
They would totally get, get away.
Right,
With it.
right.
I think it's worth watching. That movie's so good, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. We just watched Ocean's 11 for the first time.
Right. There's no
So-
blowjobs in that.
There's not any,
No ghost or living blowjobs.
not a one. But
That movie could have used the ghost, though.
And a blowjob.
More ghosts.
Ty and I watched Idiocracy.
Did he like it?
He did like it. That movie had a lot of not blowjobs, but I didn't remember like what
There's
Starbucks.
like a hand job. Yeah,
Starbucks. That's what Starbucks is in the future.
hand jobs.
Where you get hand jobs.
Mhm.
And so same with H&R Block, actually, is where you get hand jobs. But anyway, the movie's very funny, and Ty liked it. And it's a biting commentary on our current state of affairs.
Yeah, because that movie becomes truer and truer every day.
Pretty much.
I know,
It makes a lot of sense. It's making a lot of sense. What else?
I watched Godzilla X Kong. Or I think it's just because it's supposed to be called Godzilla Kong, the new one.
That
The
can't
new
be as good as
Kong.
Godzilla -1.
No, it is not as good
Can't
as
be.
Godzilla Minus. No, I didn't say it was.
I'm just saying. I don't. Anyway, what's it like? Them fighting each other, or they team up?
No, this is a team up movie.
Who are they teaming up against?
They're teaming up against the evil King Kong.
No, really?
Yeah.
There's an evil King Kong,
Yeah.
and
What's
there's a
his
good
name?
King Kong. What's his name? Yeah, what's his name?
You know what's funny? I'm sure they give him a name, and I could not tell you what it is. But he's like an orangutan Kong.
See, I would think
Orangutan?
that they would team up against.
Orangutan?
They would team up against man who are like polluting the environment or something.
No. See,
No.
Godzilla
Hmm.
is very territorial.
Mhm.
And his territory, they explain this in the movie
Of
prior
course.
to this one.
Yeah.
Godzilla's territory is the planet Earth,
Right.
right? You got this, right?
It's his
You're
planet.
following along?
It's his planet.
It's his planet.
We just live here.
His
Exactly.
name is Scar King.
Scar King. There you go. So Godzilla,
Scar.
whenever
Does he
there's
have a
another
scar? Wait, does he have a scar?
yes, he has a scar on his face.
Hmm.
So whenever there's another Titan
Maybe
in
not his birth name then.
in his like domain, he has to fight that Titan. That's like Godzilla's thing. That's when Godzilla comes out. Like, oh, there's another monster in my house. I have to kill that monster
Because he's the king of the monsters.
because he's the king of the exactly. So then he has to fight monsters that way. But if all the monsters are like separated from Godzilla, then there's going to be no fighting. And that's kind of what the humans do, is that they kind of just make sure all the monsters are separated because the earth is hollow and underneath the earth is another earth like a gobstopper.
Okay.
So in the other earth is where they try to keep most of these monsters. That's where Kong lives. Kong lives under the earth now.
Okay. Is it nice in there, or like it's just
Yeah,
hot?
it's like nice. It's like jungly and
It's like Star Trek 2, Wrath of Khan, when they build the Genesis project inside the planet.
kind of, but there's like lots of man eating giant beasties there.
Okay, well, it's, good and bad.
Yeah.
Is that where Godzuki is at? Is he still? Did you see Godzuki at all?
There's no Godzuki. There's baby Kong instead. But it's not Kong's kid. It's like, actually, I think it's supposed to be Scar King's kid who becomes Kong's like adopted son.
Complex.
I know. There's
This
a
is
lot
like
going
Hamlet.
on in this movie. Oh, and
Kongplex.
yeah, Kongplex. I mean, are the fight scenes fun enough? I guess. I mean, every time my kids would walk out of their rooms while I was watching this movie, they would go, "This just looks like a video game cutscene," and I'd be like, "Yeah,
It
it's just
is.
one video game cutscene." I'm like, "Yeah, that's basically what this is."
Do they
It's
do
just
like
a-
tag team moves where like maybe like King Kong will throw Godzilla to attack Scar
They
King?
they actually do triple team moves, because Mothra shows up at the end too.
No.
Oh,
So you got Kong, Mothra, and Godzilla fighting Scar King and the Ice Titan. It's like a whole thing.
I'm out.
Yeah.
All
And then Godzilla falls asleep.
There's so many more
And
things on this list.
Godzilla falls asleep.
Godzilla falls asleep? Is he
I am
listening to
not-
music?
And by the way, if you think I'm making that up,
Oh,
you would be wrong.
Is that like when he walks back down into the water and then
Instead of
Fall
walking
asleep?
back down into the water, he literally just is like, okay, nap time.
he's narcoleptic. Maybe.
He's like, I fought enough. Now we go to sleep.
Are we gonna do
Mhm.
these TV shows? There's so many. I watched the first one because you recommended it, Wombat.
Did you like it?
Yes, that's Mastermind, which I think is on Hulu,
HBO Max.
HBO Max, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's about this lady. What's her name?
I forget her name as well, which makes us both bad people.
She was
But,
like the founder of criminal
Profiling for the
profiling.
FBI.
Yeah, it was pretty
If you
interesting.
watched Mindhunters on Netflix,
Yeah,
the character on that was essentially about.
the female character on the
Yeah.
team. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's really cool, and the woman
Oh
is
yeah,
still
it is on
alive.
Hulu, by the way. I'm a terrible person.
It is what?
It is on Hulu, by the way.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why I thought it was on Max.
The woman who it's based on is still alive, and she's an older woman, an old lady now, but she's still like active and teaching, and she's
Yeah,
pretty
Dr. Ann Burgess is her name.
yeah, she's
she
like a
is-
super genius.
Yeah, she's a super genius. She's she worked for the FBI. She basically helped create their profiling division. She got very little credit for it at the time because misogyny.
Right. It was a while,
Um,
long time ago.
Yes. What I found most interesting on it was the Menendez trial stuff.
Yep.
That was actually kind of interesting and a little sad.
Because
What-
she was ahead of
what-
her time. Like juries
It's
today,
true.
would have acquitted them, right? Don't you think?
I think a jury today definitely would have, and what the judge did in the retrial would have been found to be. I mean, that was very
Fucked
weird.
up.
So for those who don't know, she
Well,
was
don't
the
ruin
one
it.
who.
Don't ruin it for people. Let
Okay, I
people
won't
watch
ruin it in
it.
case
And
you
there's so
wanna
many more fucking things we got to talk about.
Yeah, but it did. It made me look at them in a different way because
Yes. Same.
Yeah.
Same. 100%.
So it was very interesting.
We started watching Sunny, which is on Apple TV with Rashida Jones,
Okay.
and
I know who she is. Yeah.
it's really
Not
interesting.
personally.
It's pretty cool. Like it takes place in Japan, and she's got her husband is like missing or dead. You don't know, and all she has is like this robot that he left her, and he worked in robotics, as you'll find out. And it's like a thriller. It's like a comedy thriller. And it's another, I think it's like another one of these Apple TV shows that looks like it cost $1 billion and nobody's watching, but it's really good. And it's good. And it's good, which is like a lot of these Apple TV shows. That's Sunny. And we recommend that. We're totally caught up on that. And this other show that we just started watching on Netflix called Tokyo Swindlers, which is it's a drama about land swindlers, like people who sell land.
Swindle land?
They basically sell land that they don't own and defraud people out of their money. And this is a drama about like the Ocean's 11 version of that, if you can imagine, right? Like,
Okay. Yeah.
and it's pretty entertaining, and it's cool to see like Tokyo. I don't know. It's got some freaky
Tokyo's cool
stuff
to
in there.
see.
It is. So if you're into that shit, Tokyo Swindlers. The name is not that great, but yeah. That's what I got.
We could skip my last show. It's not that exciting.
All right. Anything in these new releases?
No.
Yes.
No. Yes. Hello.
Earth Defense Force 6. I
What do you-
love Earth Defense Force.
What are you playing that on?
I'm not playing it yet because
What?
I love Earth Defense Force, but it looks like this one is $60 or $90 depending on what version you get.
That's crazy. And it's listed as PlayStation 4.
I think it's out for PlayStation 5 and PC as
Doesn't-
well.
doesn't. I mean, I'm sure you could play it on your
I-
PlayStation 5.
I'm definitely gonna get it at some point. We're still working like those games are so long though, they're like 100 levels each. So we still have plenty of the old levels still that my son and I are playing through. But those are fun games. It's still I looked up, it's still as janky as usual.
Right. That's what makes it fun. And
Yeah.
the bigness of the enemies.
Yeah, the bugs
Scale.
are fun. Those games are fun.
Nice.
There's 147 levels in Earth
That-
Defense Force 6.
They do not short you on levels or bugs to shoot.
It
Or
takes
jankiness.
approximately 48 hours to complete.
I mean, that seems pretty good.
Good value.
Well, I don't know about.
Mm.
We'll see.
It's an okay value
Yet to be determined.
per level. It's a great value.
All right. Is that it for new releases? Are we in
I think
Wombat's
so.
Fortnightly news?
I think we're moving on.
Is this
We're
where we
talking
make
about
fun of
video
the?
games now.
Is this where we make fun of the Cybertruck?
This is where we can make fun of the Cybertruck. It is now in Fortnite.
Yay!
It was free. I got it today.
Okay, what'd you
I
have
did
to
all
do? You
the
have to
challenges.
jump up and down 100 times, and
It was jumping down 100
spin
times. There
around.
was like 9 challenges.
Did you have to say "I love
over,
Elon"?
over 9 days.
Oh, it was a whole thing.
Yeah, it was 9 challenges over 9 days.
Okay. What was today's
They
challenge?
didn't take long to do. They each take like 20 minutes at most.
Do you have to
but,
post on X about loving
no.
Trump?
None of that.
Okay.
Just yeah. But yes, I got my truck today, and it looks. First of all, I had to use it in the racing mode. I sent you the picture because it looks ridiculous because it's so out of place size wise, and it looks
Just like
terrible
real
in
life.
the-
So they
I was
nailed
gonna
it.
say they nailed it.
Yeah, it looks better in the regular, battle royale mode. It does look better in that.
I heard
but
it's bad
still-
because of the too much windshield, just like in real life.
yeah, I mean, no one jumped on it and tried to break it open, but as soon as I like hopped in and turned in, your truck turns into it. It's like a whole thing in the game.
Oh,
As soon as
really?
I hopped out of it to
yeah. I know what you mean.
When-
Yeah.
Yeah.
once I
yeah.
hopped out of it to go loot, someone immediately stole my truck, which I thought was really funny because someone's like, "Ooh, a Cybertruck!"
Right.
and
Let me
just
draw.
go,
Let me see how shitty it is.
Let me see how shitty this thing is.
I've seen
So-
so many in real life, by the way. A disturbing
I
amount.
saw one today too. It's very weird. I mean,
Long
it's not
Island
weird.
has
It's
so
a
many
car that
They
assholes.
pulls
always look dirty.
out. Mhm.
Like they just cannot look clean at
Right.
all.
I still can't believe that's a real thing. Like it just seems like a joke that went too far. And I guess that's
Yes,
what it is.
it
That's
is.
what it
That's
is, right?
exactly
It's a
what it
joke
is.
that went too far, right?
It's such a joke that like they're just falling apart. They're not even good, and that
Mm-mm.
people spent a lot of money on them.
I did see, I don't know if it was real or if it was AI generator or what, but there was one that had been painted and had a turd on the back like a warthog in Halo.
Oh, a turret.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that looked like that was the first time it was like, oh, that looks at least bearable.
Right.
Mhm.
But
I still wouldn't want
stupid,
one.
still really
Yeah.
dumb. But
Mhm.
yeah, so I have not unlocked that yet. I haven't played in a little bit.
That's
I got to level 100. The pirate stuff is fun. Pirates of the Caribbean stuff,
Mhm.
but I have not gotten very far in that.
There's I think the last set of quests for that is Friday. Once I do those, then I'm done until next season. For me, I finished out the battle pass. I got my Cybertruck. I just need the free glider from Pirates, and I'm done until my usual like a week and a half, 2-week break of Fortnite, which is try to do at the end of each season.
Get her done.
And then Marvel season.
What happens in
Marvel
Marvel season?
There's another Marvel season coming.
That next season is a Marvel season. That's the look of Shiv
Oh, in
Space. and,
Fortnite,
my
in
God, I'm
Fortnite.
gonna in Fortnite. I'm gonna have to play more Fortnite.
Doctor Doom.
That's the
Doctor
look
Doom is
Chip's given.
coming.
Everybody in the family plays it, so it's fine. We're not. I think the Olympics is like we were away for a week, and then the Olympics are on now. So like,
You might be free for a little bit.
Yeah,
Fortnite free zone.
I don't feel like. I don't know. I got to 100. That was fine. I don't feel compelled to unlock everything. I don't
Especially not
even.
Cybertruck.
I don't really want a Cybertruck.
You don't even want a virtual Cybertruck.
I don't.
No. Fuck that guy. Fuck
Yeah.
that guy's truck. What else we got here? What's this Marvel Snap event? Are you
Okay,
dominating?
I need to talk about this
Okay.
because you guys I know have no idea what it is because you guys don't play Marvel Snap.
Right. Did you unlock Wolverine's jockstrap or something?
Kind of. It's almost
Better?
like that. This is obviously they're doing a whole bunch of shit because of Deadpool Wolverine, and one of the things they did was this event. Like the Deadpool, just called the Deadpool event. I don't know what the hell it's called. It has a name. But everyone I know and people I don't know, whatever, a lot of show listeners and cheap ass gamer people on the Discord and on Twitter, we're all playing this game. And we're all doing this event. It's more people than I thought, to be perfectly honest. And it is one of the most convoluted video game things I've done maybe ever. And it's also the most like gambling I've ever done in a video game. And that's where I thought you might find this interesting.
I do find gambling interesting.
I know. That's why I was brought it up because it's
how are they trying to separate you from your money? That sounds
basically.
Like yeah.
Now, I will say this, I did get the premium reward without having to spend any money.
Okay, so you outsmarted them.
I was able to outsmart them. Was it incredibly difficult?
Right.
Yes.
What are they trying to get you to do, though?
This is what you do. So you go into the game, you go to the special events section, and you play a game, and what you're trying to do is win because it's Deadpool Wolverine themed. You're trying to win bubs.
Uh-huh.
Because that's
good, a new currency.
Yeah.
Based on
new currency,
word.
bubs. And you got to get, I'm not making this up, I think it's 10 million bubs to get the premium prize, which is the Cassandra Nova card.
A lot of bubs.
You get Cassandra Nova as a playable character in the game for free.
Ooh.
She's
anyway, go on. Yeah, I'm sorry.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You get that card, a good card for free.
10 million bubs.
Right? For 10 million bubs. You start off with like 10,000.
Go on.
And you go into the game and you can bet your bubs. Like if you think you're going to win.
Okay.
You can bet,
we're betting bubs.
like you could bet, like you could start off with the low ante tables essentially, where it's like, okay, I'm going to go to this one where the buy-in is only going to be 400 bubs, but I can only win 800.
I understand how gambling works, even in bubs.
I'm not just talking to you.
Okay, so now what happens when you're gambling the bubs away?
If you lose it all,
right,
and you go back to zero,
right,
then you have to wait 8 hours to get back X amount of bubs. And depending upon how far you are up the ladder,
right,
you only get X amount. Or you could just spend money and buy more.
So you're getting bubs just so you can unlock this Cassandra or whatever her name was?
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's what you're getting. I mean, you can get there's I think 3 variants and card borders. There was a decent amount of good prizes.
So basically what you're saying is they figured out that, hey, normally in these video games, you're earning XP, but why not give you an opportunity to lose the XP that you're earning?
Well, yeah, as you can't go down lower on the ladder, but you can lose basically all of your money that you would get. You basically lose all your money.
You can reach like a peak on a line, but once you reach that part, like it's like a checkpoint, and you can't go further down than that.
Once you hit the checkpoint on the line, you can't go backwards.
Okay, so it's basically to fill in like the gaps between lines. If you lose your money between then or some shit like that,
and like at one point, like I'm up like 1 million bubs, and I'm like, I got 1 million now.
That's all you need, right? Because you get the card then.
10 million.
10 million, right? That's a lot.
And I'm up to like 1 million, and I'm like, and it's like these numbers that just seem impossible numbers, like these numbers that don't feel like real numbers. And like I'm at the tables where you could bet I hit the table where you could bet 2 million at a time. And
10 million is crazy for like a virtual currency to buy something.
By the way, it starts at like the bottom table is 80, not 80,000.
Right, 80. Yeah, I get
just a full on 80. So I'm like, it was the second to last game I played before unlocking the card, where I'm like, okay, I have this game. I know I'm going to win this game. It would take some sort of crazy miracle card that this person's going to pull out on the last turn for me to lose.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure, like I'm 99% sure I have it.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there and I'm at this very desk and I'm holding my phone and I'm like shaking. Like I have these gambling sweats. Like it's like, and if I lose, what would happen? I would lose my bubs and I could try again the next day or 2 days.
You're not
or
betting
however long
are you betting like what's your maximum bub bet?
Like this was a max bet. I was betting like 3 million bubs.
That's a lot of bubs. You could lose the house.
Exactly. And it's funny. I made that exact same joke. It's like, it's not like I'm going to lose the house if I didn't win that game, but I won it. And I'm looking at my phone after I won it. And even then I'm like still staring at it. Like, I can't believe I just did that.
You won.
And I won. I got the Cassandra Nova card. And then I went and I posted it online. I'm still getting comments from people like, I can't believe you did this. Congratulations.
How many hours did that take? 10 million is a crazy number.
I know. And it's honestly, I don't know how many hours it took me. I don't think it took me like 10 hours or anything ridiculous like that. But if I said 4 or 5, I would believe it. Like it would be like the thing I would do when sitting on the couch after dinner. Like I would sit on the couch and I would try to get my thing up and like this is what I was doing. I was playing a game before I went to bed because like I said, everything you get refreshes after 8 hours. I'm like, oh, I'll play a hand before I go to bed and I'll just bet it all. Cause if I win, then I'll have double everything when I wake up in the morning. And I was like, but I would usually lose. But it was the most like gambling I've ever done in a video game. Like it was.
Think of all the data they're acquiring and doing this too.
I've talked about it before. My best friend plays the game with me, and he's not doing it because he's like, "This is too much like gambling, and I can't. Like I mentally can't gamble,
right?
So I can't even play this mode. I'm going to stick with what I'm used to and have, which is a little more fun. Like, I don't need this card that bad. And I was like, I'm going to give it a shot. I didn't think I was going to get it. Like, I never thought I would get as high up as I did. And then you hit that, but it's like I said, it's like gambling. You get to, you
should probably just call 1-800-GAMBLER right now.
Oh God, it's crazy. I know.
Do you have the sports gambling app on your phone?
Seriously. The only positive takeaway of it is that it's not real money and I never used any real money.
Right.
So I can't. So, the good news is that I did not have to spend any money. The bad news is that I got the shakes from playing a stupid cell phone game.
Right. That seems healthy though. I think it's good for society and probably nothing bad could really come in this.
Oh my God. It's the worst. It's so terrible.
Isn't Marvel Snap like, oh no, it's Monopoly is the most popular, but I'm sure Marvel Snap is very popular.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's an incredibly popular game. Right. They set up clans basically this week for the first time. So I made a CAG clan.
Right.
And I think there may be one slot left. Like it's already full.
Popular.
So popular game, already full. So yeah, very exciting. Right. Oh, and thank you to everyone who joined the CAG clan. Hopefully we'll get all the rewards for that.
And sweats.
And sweats.
And gambling sweats.
And good luck getting your Cassandra Novas, everyone else who's trying to get theirs.
Not me.
Yeah.
Shit, what are you playing? Or was this from last week?
Oh,
that's me.
I'm playing a lot of old stuff.
Oh.
But go ahead, Wombat. This is your time.
Yeah. I'm playing NCAA football. I'm playing it on the Xbox with my 10-hour free trial.
Are you playing as Pitt?
Of course I'm playing as Pitt. What else would I play as?
How is it?
It's all right. I know everyone's very excited for NCAA football, and I wanted to be really excited to play NCAA football. And it's not that it's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. And it is really cool to play as Pitt. The problem is that I really don't have that much affinity for the current college football players. Like I don't really know. I don't follow college football enough to know who anyone is.
Mm-hmm.
Where if I play a game and I unlock a pack and I get some Joe Schmo, I'm like, I don't know if that's something that I'm supposed to care about or not.
Right. It's not Aaron Rodgers.
Exactly. It's not. It's not like in Madden where it's like, oh, look at that. I got a LaDainian Tomlinson. That's pretty cool. it's just not the same to me. But it's still a great game. It's football, but I just think I'm more of a Madden guy.
Isn't it pretty
For
much
better or worse.
Madden just with the college players?
It's a little different. It's probably it's harder. I would say that it's a little more difficult. Like that, I guess, because college football players aren't as good as professional football players theoretically. So I feel like there's a little bit more of a learning curve. Kicking is different. The way you kick the ball is just different setup, and passing is slightly different too. You don't get to see the routes in game. So there's just different changes and challenges to it, which make a lot of sense when you're comparing college versus pro. But I think, again, I think I just prefer Madden to NCAA, but I know people love NCAA more, and more power to them. I think it's just a preference thing. I don't think it's definitely not a quality thing.
I only watch 3-on-3 basketball.
I know.
Anything else?
I'm just playing a bunch of I've been playing a lot of Wii games.
Wii games? Why?
I don't know. The kids are, I don't know, getting into the Wii.
The Wii? Why the Wii? Why do you even have a Wii connected?
We had a lot of Wii and Connect going on this past week and a half or so.
Connect. What are you playing on Connect?
Some Dance Central and other dancing related games.
Yeah,
not Connect
like
Party.
The Disney, not Connect Party. No,
the Raft one?
We didn't play the Raft one. They'd probably like that one. They'd probably like that one. Okay.
Connect Party is the best game on the Connect.
You've talked about Connect Party plenty.
You love it.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like it's not like it's a debate.
I don't know. They still had like the magical moment of like, my daughter was like, I just hold up my hand and like things are like happening on the screen. So yeah, they're getting into the music games a little bit. So, and there's not really, other than Fortnite, which we're going to try the Fortnite music stuff, I guess.
Do you have the one where it's like the Disney one? You're directing the music, basically.
The Fantasia. Evolved. I think is the name of that.
Yeah.
Yes, I do have that. They have not tried that one yet.
It's good.
They were playing the Disney. I don't know, just Dance Disney or Disney Party or something.
Do you have the Star Wars one?
We do have the Star Wars one. I haven't broken that one out for them yet. We've got all the purple boxes. Get all the purple boxes out here. Let's see what all these are.
Well, good luck with that one.
Yeah, it is. In small bursts, that stuff is still fun.
Right.
Like,
there were some good games.
Yeah, it's still fun. So yeah, we've been playing some of that. We bought we stopped by a I don't know, like a game shop of some sort. It was like a game, like used action figures and whatever on our way in a town on the way to the cabin, and they were having like a 50% off everything sale, and so they had like Wii games and PlayStation 2 games and Xbox games that were like normally $3. They were like $1.50.
Right.
So it was like, yeah, let's try out Pirates of the Caribbean and World's End for the Wii. Let's see what that's all about.
Wow.
Yeah. So I am enjoying a bunch of third-party motion control games at the moment.
Enjoying? Is that the right word?
I do enjoy. I like licensed games. I do. I do like crap. It's more interesting than it's more interesting to me than like these modern Marvel Snap and Fortnite, where it feels unending and it's just not like there's nothing interesting about it. It's like games used to be like, hey, did they get this to work? Like that was like always like, oh, what's the problems with this game? It used to be interesting in that way, rather than like how are they trying to make this the only game in my universe?
Right.
Like they used to be able to play games for like 5 hours and then never think about them again. Kung Fu Panda. I've been playing some of that. Like Kung Fu Panda for the PlayStation 2.
No.
It's not great.
Well, I'm glad that you're.
I'm getting ready for Long Island Retro here. Like,
oh, good. What are you gonna do with this knowledge?
I'm gonna know that there's other things out there that I can look for Wii games and Kinect games that are not in the collection,
right?
And really bolster.
You have this all digitized, so you can just pull out an app and know what you. Of course. Stupid question. Sorry.
Of course I do.
Yeah.
So I've got everything cataloged now. So
that's good.
We're good. Even Skylanders and Disney whatever Infinity toys.
It's gonna be great if that can integrate with like Siri and then like the Apple AI, so you could just be like, "Hey Siri, do I have DuckTales on the fucking Game Boy Color?" And be like, "Yeah, you have 7."
Right. Of course.
Yeah, that's gonna be great. I like that feature.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we made it.
Did you buy anything from the Xbox 360 marketplace? It went down. It's down.
What was I supposed to buy? What was I supposed to do?
Yeah, I didn't get.
I bought a lot.
Yeah, I figured.
It was painful. That
one
website.
At a time? Is that one at a time?
Oof.
Oh man.
It was, that website was like, and this was before it was going down. It was already
torturing yourself.
Like it's like click and it's like, oh no, here's like an avatar saying I've reached a part of the site that like doesn't work. Like, oh, you've reached an error or whatever the message was. And so you click back and you try again, and then it would load, and you're like loading through. It's like, oh, maybe there's like DLC here for a game that I own that I never like claimed that was like free. And
how many hours did you invest in the Xbox store shutting down? More than people who work there?
More hours than it took me to get that stupid card in Marvel's.
Yeah, it definitely.
Oh my God,
I probably over the last like 2 weeks, I'm gonna say 6 to 8 hours.
You know, sometimes you just got to say goodbye. No,
it was. I had to get. I didn't even get all the way through it because there was at a point where I'm like, I give up. Like
your wife know what you were doing?
Just was not working. What?
Did your wife know what you were up to?
She did.
What did you think about that?
You know, I don't know.
Just let you do your thing.
Just she knows. She knows who she married.
She knew what she got herself into.
Right. Like, what are these compatibility DLCs that I'm grabbing for free? I better get that.
Right.
I don't know.
Right. Even though it's going to take me 5 minutes to get through this process of getting it.
Right. Like
I'll never
37 clicks later and I've logged out again. Let me log back into Xbox and click through this. And I don't know. It's so sad. Like looking through that store, and like, it's even sadder when you look, or I guess you can't do it anymore, but you would look at it and it would show you all the stuff, even the stuff that had been delisted, because there was like no way to sort through this crap at all.
It was just grayed out.
It was just like, it had like a little icon, so you could tell whether like there was like game or DLC or whatever, and like, but it would still exist there. And if it didn't have a little icon, you couldn't do any, like you could click on it, but there's like nothing you could download. And it was just like going through all of these things. It's like, oh yeah, I remember these games. I have them, but like they're just all gone now. Like there's just the whole like Xbox Live Arcade just gone, which is insane. Like gamer picks gone, not a thing.
Right.
Avatars.
I mean, are you upset about the gamer picks being gone?
I'm not, but it's just so strange.
Do you remember when you would play a game though and you would unlock a gamer pick?
That was cool.
Kind of exciting. That was exciting.
Yep.
Like, ooh, cloning Clyde. I finished cloning Clyde. I got a gamer pick.
Yeah, it's just, do you realize that like they were still like, it's only pretty much 10 years to the date that the last gamer picks that you could buy came out. Like it's only 10 years removed to where you could still be buying like
I feel
new
like 10
gamer
years
picks.
is a long time. Maybe 10 years is a long time.
It feels like longer than that. Like it feels like we should be like 20 years past gamer picks.
Well, what's wrong with gamer picks?
Nothing.
But there was there was a time where, you know, the Xbox ecosystem tried to be a social system, and it just isn't anymore. There is no social media aspect of your console like there was at that time. Your gamer pick and your avatar. So when you could log in, you see all your friends and their weird shirts, but that's not a thing.
Yeah.
They phased that out. They got rid of the blades.
I don't want to hear, and I mute everybody in the game as soon as I go in because I don't want them telling me that I suck. I mean, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's still disappointing that like what was that costing them to like
keep that going?
Just be there. Right? Like,
couldn't they load that whole thing on like a microchip like this big and like running off a Zune somewhere?
Right. Like how many hits are you getting on it to like having people like come and like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
It's just, they're all like every store is going to go through this. So it's just sad that was like one of the big first, like the first big ones on consoles.
What if Xbox announces in like a month or two, hey, we're coming out with this new pack where you can buy like 500 Xbox Live games for...
It's not going to happen, but it'd be great. Like if the whole reasoning was just like the website and the server were getting old.
Yeah.
And that we just like we're bringing them over to something new, like that would have been a great move of just like, but I'm sure they looked at that and went like, this is going to be too much to.
Right.
Nobody's buying this anymore. It's not worth the effort.
We already have all these new games coming out every day that we're putting on our marketplace, and they're like barely games. They're like cell phone games.
No one's going to buy Star Wars Outlaws if they can buy Cloning Clyde 2 for 99 cents. They know.
All right.
Is there a sequel? Was Cloning Clyde 2 a thing?
I may have just made that up.
It's like,
we want
definitely put a lot of Cloning Clyde. And now I'm curious. Did I miss buying Cloning Clyde 2?
I do not know. There was an Outpost Kaloki too, though, wasn't there?
Oh,
I don't think there was a Cloning Clyde 2.
And now there'll never be.
Right.
Is Ninja Beat Games still a thing?
I'm sure they're I don't know. They're probably making Fortnite stuff now.
Whatever happened to them? Because they made Clone & Clyde and they made Band of Bugs and Kefling's games, which were the first games my daughter ever finished were those Kefling games.
I was staring hard at some of the DLC packs for those Kefling games, but
trying to decide if you want to spend 45 minutes downloading them.
If you go to their website, it says A World of Keflings is now available on the Wii U.
Wow. So I guess they're not around.
Follow us on Twitter.
All right. We got to go to bed. We means me.
Yeah.
We had a long day at Orange Theory. No. A long hour at Orange Theory.
That's fair.
And watching table tennis, watching Team USA lose, and watching basketball players get called for traveling. All right, anything we want to say? Because we're not going to, this is going to be our last show until LI Retro, where we'll be doing episode 800. Go to liretro.com to get tickets. Hopefully we can see you there, and you can get some of these prizes that Thorbon ordered up from Big Bad Toy Store. By the way, he told me that he did order me the Knight Rider, the Kit Transformers collab. Yeah, he gave me a heads up. He's like, that's going to be coming in several months. Because he just orders me shit and it just shows up at my house, and I'm like, did I order this or is this Thorbon? You never know. Now I know not to order anything. All right, guys. We'll see you on Long Island. Peace. Say the words. Wombat, say the words.
Bread's done.